Hi there, this is Shauna from the Foiled Fox with another project for you today. Today we're going to create alcohol ink butterflies, and then we're going to make a really sparkly starry sky. Here is the card. You see that starry sky is so beautiful. That's from a die from Penny Black, and then the butterflies are from Poppy Stamps. It's Theo butterflies, but you can use any butterflies. We're going to start out with either Yupo paper or the Adirondack alcohol ink cardstock. I'm actually going to use just a piece of that because it's kind of just the right size. And because I don't want to waste any of it, I'm actually going to cut a big butterfly and 3 of the little Theo butterflies. The big butterfly is a Penny Black die, and then the small one is that Theo butterfly from Poppy Stamps. But you can use any butterfly die that you have. Any of them will work. Now you can see that I didn't punch out all the little pieces. I left them because I thought that I would be able to see the colors a little bit better to see what I'm applying, but you can punch them out if you'd like. So I'm starting out with a light color. This is shell pink. There's several colors that I'm using. I took them from the 3 packs. There's a few free 3 packs that I was using, and I have listed them in the supply list at the end of this video. You can also go to our blog where you can see a complete supply list, and it actually links to where you can get them. We do have them all on our website, so you can check there. But this is current, I believe, the next color. It's a really beautiful kind of berry color, and I'm just going to continue to just dot it around because I want kind of a mosaic look. This is a purple. I don't remember the name of it, but again, you'll see that I put the list of the packs that I used in the supply list. I'm using this new mini applicator by Tim Holtz. These are the same as like the Distress Ink applicators. The difference is that the pad is felt, and I really like them. You may have those rectangle felt ones, and those are exactly the same. You can use those. I just like the round sizes a little bit. Covers a little less area, and it's a little easier to apply in small areas. So I'm using a little bit of the yellow and the orange. It really brightens it up. Now I realize that because I'm just kind of blotting this around, it's hard to see the colors, but you'll see in a minute where it just all comes together. And I'm using the Tim Holtz alcohol ink toolkit, which has those brushes in it and a mister. I really like these brushes because they're just dedicated just for alcohol inks, and I'm not using my watercolor brushes to dip in the alcohol. That's what I'm dipping it into, is to 99% alcohol. You can also use a blending solution that works very well too. And I'm just adding these colors. I really like the rich jewel tone colors, so you can see I'm really going for that. And you'll see another reason why I did that, because it really sets up nicely against a black background, which we'll be using later. So I'm just filling in these colors, just here and there, whatever colors I want, and using the brush to spread it around, and using a little alcohol to make it a little lighter in some areas, or to spread it a little easier. It's really hard to see these colors, I know, because there's just ink kind of everywhere, but you'll see it all comes together. Now these little butterflies have 2 pieces to them. They have the body with the antenna and then the wings, and so I'm just going about coloring them just like I did the big butterfly, and making them the same kind of bright colors. Now you can see that I did 3 small butterflies and 1 large one. I'm only going to be using 2 small ones for this project, but I have other projects that are planned that I think that I can use the big butterfly and the small butterfly, so stay tuned for that. So here we are. We're going to, I'm going to take this paper away once I've got all that ink on there, so and put a clean piece of paper down so you can really see what the butterflies actually look like, and they're even more spectacular on a black background or a dark background. You could use any color. I think navy blue would really be really beautiful, or purples. So here they are. You can see that you can see how pretty the colors are. I'm just going to use that little tape runner, and I'm going to stick on the bodies. And after all these bodies are on, then I'm going to go on to creating the card. I really just want to take a look at these and admire them. You can see how pretty they are. Now here's the black panel I'm going to make, and I'm just using a frame. It's just a stitched frame from Whimsy Stamp, a hand stitched frame. Use any of them that you like. I just wanted it kind of to finish off the panel, to give it a little finished look. And then after that gets die cut, then I'm going to take a piece of scrap piece of cardstock, a pretty heavy one, and I'm going to use that Starry die from Penny Black, and you can see it has that beautiful swoop to it. Just love that. And I'm going to cut it out and use it as a stencil. So I've got to punch out all of those stars. I'm saving them, you can see, because I just know that I can use them for another project sometime. When it comes to crafting, I'm a little pack rat. I'm not otherwise, but I can always find where I can use these little bits at another time. So you can see now I've got my stencil. It's so beautiful. I'm going to just arrange it onto that panel the way I want it to, and then secure it with some washi tape. Now, I think I have the worst roll of washi tape here ever. It does not want to come off the roll. So I'm just really struggling here trying to get the tape off the roll, and so I can stick down the stencil, because you do want it to stick down very close to that black panel so that none of the paste gets underneath. So I'm going to use the Nuvo Glimmer paste. One of them is the golden crystal and the other is moonstone. The moonstone one is a white milky one, and then of course the golden crystal is very golden. I'm using both of them. You can certainly use either one of them. In fact, when they dried, I couldn't see a lot of difference, but I thought that the gold was going to go on a little bit more golden, and I wanted to tone it down a little bit. It is very beautiful when it gets on, but you certainly, if you only have one of them, that will work out just beautifully. This glimmer paste, it does have glitter in it, and it's really beautiful. It also, one of the things that I love about texture paste is it gives dimension, but this particular texture paste happens to dry really quickly. That's terrific for me, because I am very impatient and I don't want to wait. So I'm just very gently peeling this off, and there it's revealing that beautiful spray of stars. So I'm going to just let that dry a minute. It doesn't take long. And in the meantime, I'm going to cut the sentiment, which I'm using Celebrate. That's from a Neat and Tangled Celebrate. And then I'm going to cut it out of this beautiful shimmer quartz paper. I don't know if any of you know of Paper Source paper, but it's a beautiful heavy paper, but with a really luxurious sheen. And then I'm also using it as my card base. You can get this shimmer quartz on our website. You can either buy it in the pack just with the shimmer quartz, or you can get it as 3 different kinds of shimmer paper, 3 different colors, and you can buy it in a pack that way too. So you can buy it either way. I'm just kind of arranging, deciding how everything is going to go. It's a simple card, but it has big impact. I'm using a little bit of the Tombow liquid glue here, sticking it onto the back of the Celebrate. I like using this glue for this because it allows it to have a little bit of movement before you stick it down, and yet when you do stick it down, it is very firm. But you can see that I put the glue on it, and then I decided, oh, I think I want to position the butterflies first. So I added a little bit of that tape runner that I had used before on the back of the butterflies and arranged them the way I'd like them. And then, as you know, I already put the glue on the Celebrate so I could position that. It's still tacky, so it's going to work just fine. But I just love how the butterflies just are so vibrant, and they are shiny, and they just pop. And that's because of the alcohol ink cardstock and the alcohol inks. They just give that kind of look. And then you combine that with the shimmer quartz paper and that array of stars. It just makes it, just makes the whole card. Here is the supply list as I promised. You can pause here if you'd like so you can take a closer look, or feel free to pop over to the blog there. There's more detail, more information, and there's that complete supply list that you can actually click and get right to the product. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, if you did, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We would love that. Thanks so much.